Hi there. I am going to give a couple moments to just see who jumps on, and I'm also going to ground because I'm feeling a very large amount of energy. Which as I was tuning in before jumping on here, for anyone who might be moving through what society considers anxiety, it's just feeling a lot of energy. Hi, Julie. So I was just saying that as I just wait for some people to jump on. Hey, Brad. I was just sharing how I'm feeling a insane amount of energy right now, right? Like my hands are literally shaking because I'm really excited about this, and this came through yesterday, and I'm being guided to share this now. So I love you, Julie. So the whole point of that, though, is like society may label that feeling of anxiety and what that could mean, going down a rabbit hole. We're not going to do that. It's just feeling a lot of energy. So it's just knowing how to ground, right? With like stones and literally taking your hands and like putting them on the ground helps. So I just wanted to share that. The other thing is, if anyone had a chance to connect with the soul portrait, right, that Kevin and I did today, which was absolutely amazing. Just one of the things that I'm focusing on at the moment is being super vulnerable and sharing what my journey has entailed. But that's like the really beautiful thing is I've realized it's not about like the details for my life per se that are going to assist anyone. It's more so, hi Jamie, it's more so the path that I've gone down of including energy work, neuroscience, and philosophy, right? And so the reason why I love that is it really helps you to move through things. I say like at the speed of light, like move through your shit quickly, because who wants to stay in an energy that doesn't feel good? So that's what I've been doing the last couple of months, and it's been longer than that, but at least being here in Washington, it's been absolutely amazing. So I literally just want to share that with anyone who resonates with it, right? So that's the whole point. So the soul portrait that Kevin just so graciously created and held space in today, literally like your soul's portrait, like what else do you think that probably means, right? It's some of the most like beautiful, vulnerable things about yourself. So for anyone who feels guided to watch that, just to connect with more of my energy and how what I came to embody in this lifetime, if you feel called, and also to see Kevin's amazing work. The energy was pretty high, so we had to, it's in two parts, just the way that we were tapping into electricity during that thing, like it was really amazing. Okay, getting on a tangent. So, one of the other things that I wanted to share is being a Libra. It's all about balancing our home, relationships, partnerships, things like that. So I've really valued assisting and holding space for other people, whether they're friends, clients, we'll use that word, family, it doesn't matter, right? Whatever they're going through, there's something within me that has attracted that. And so I am going to be in that moment and like assist in balancing the situation because there's still something within me that has created that, right? It's through my lens. So the people who feel in resonance to join these classes and to, opt into these free sharings whenever they, arise, we're all balancing it together, right? We're doing it on this individual layer, and then we're also doing that for the collective. So it's a really beautiful thing. Okay. So I think that's enough rambling for that. I'm going to take a sip of water. So, what I am doing on Sunday, it's going to be amazing. Let me just move some things because it's just like the energy of them I want to kind of shift a little bit. So, I have had this really beautiful interaction in Washington the last couple of days. And when we are in the class on Sunday, I'll share more details about this with our private group. But I was just really tuning in on how was I attracting being in this partnership, right? What is there to just balance within my own being, right? So hi Brenda. So as I was tapping into that yesterday, all these things, all these amazing like insights started coming in, like the neuroscience of it, the philosophy side of it, the energy work side of it. And so I just started writing it all down. And at first I thought I was going to be doing a live and just sharing this, but now I'm hearing that it's going to be a group and we're going to be meeting on Sunday. And it's free. So anyone who feels called within this energy, that there means that there's something within your matrix, something within your karma, right, that has resonated in this way, just as I have attracted the situation here. And so it's just a really beautiful opportunity for a group collective work, essentially is what it is. Okay. Hopefully that's all making sense. Hi, Ian. Hi, Marshall. Okay, so for those of you who just jumped on, this is me offering it's going to be, I'm hearing it's going to be 2 hours, and the last like 20-30 minutes is going to be a meditation. Well, I think it'll be the last. It might be the first. We'll see how that pops in. To really do this collective work and then just bliss out in this meditation and do whatever clearings, whatever else is going on, to move through this quickly. So for those of you who just jumped on, my practice and the way that I work is just to move through things so quickly. Like, we do not have to stay in any energy that does not feel, that makes us happy. Anything that causes us like perceived pain or frustration or sadness or anything like that, like, we do not have to stay in it. We learn why we're there, and then once you learn that and you honor that, then you move, you upgrade it, you change your world, you follow your dreams, like whatever other words you want to use that will make sense to you. And like, it's just amazing, right? And so doing this as a group is just so powerful. I feel like that was another tangent, another rant. Hi, Jessica. I saw I only watched some of your TSA pre-check video. Hilarious. Okay. So the group on Sunday for 2 hours. So like I said, a part of it's going to be a meditation. Meditation, praying, reflecting, right? There's so many different ways to describe what that environment is. So this is called If Not Now, When? Okay. And so anyone who follows astrology and the moon, we just had a full moon, or maybe we're still in it right now. I kind of lose track of dates sometimes, but the full moon energy is a really beautiful time for us to observe these emotions that are rising to the surface. And sometimes we feel that frustration, that sadness, whatever it is, but they're rising to the surface to be released, to let them go, right? It's almost like if they're there, you have to feel them one time at its like peak, I guess you could say, before it's time to like send them on its way, right? So, in connection with the moon and the full moon, this is for any just built up or pent up emotions, right? And one of the examples that was coming to me through just these series of events is sometimes we all have childhood programming, conditioning that we've been moving through, right? Working on karma. Hi, Aunt Marie. And it's been doing that work, right? Kind of lost my train of thought there. Hold on one second. Oh, so we go through these conditioned experiences growing up, because when you're a little kid, everything you see, you call it love. Everything, right? So depending on what you literally see in front of you, if you're watching the TV, like, you call everything love, right? And so that's how we get to these conditioned ways, which is is such a beautiful awareness, because that's what we're moving through. So some people have more intense experiences in their childhood than others, right? Not to like label them good or bad, but just sometimes some of them can be a little bit more intense. And so this is also for anyone who has been through an intense situation that has literally shaped the rest of their life in such a very impactful way. and anywhere that that emotion has been built up or pent up in the body, right? So that's key. Anyone who feels any sort of smidge of energy that you feel like you're not able to express your truth. So if you feel that a little bit, for you, feel disconnected in any way from yourself, like in your everyday experiences, right? Learn to shut off how you're feeling. So maybe you don't even know how you're feeling about a particular situation. Anyone that feels like letting people walk all over us. And so this was interesting. As I was getting this yesterday, I was like, wow, do I really feel like this about myself? But to some degree, if I'm in this space and sharing this with you all, it resonates on one level or another. And like I said, when we do this work internally, even if we have like the size of a pea, it's still also for the collective, right? And your whole entire world shifts right in front of your eyes. If you feel like you have to have like a grip on life, and that word security, depending on your perspective of it, but that word security came up for that. The other thing that was just like the humor of all of this, if any of that stuff that I just said, and also feeling like you have to like control your emotions, or feel like you can't control your emotions. So you kind of have both perspectives in that. But as listening to that, if anyone in your life came to mind, like another human, another person, that's still a reflection of you. So it's still something within us that is creating that. So I thought about that right before I got on this live, and I just somewhat felt that was hilarious because once again, I'm talking to myself. So although this is like a monetarily free offering, if you want to call it that way, but there are some requirements in this group, okay? It is, there's going to be 2 Facebook Lives that everyone will have to jump on here and do 2 Facebook Lives. And when we get to that point in time, you'll know what they're about. The purpose of that is for you to really hear yourself and for other people to hear you and vice versa, like every perspective within that you could imagine. That is how we move through this shit fast. So we are doing 2 Facebook Lives within that. Hey Jenna, hey Nick. So, hey Michelle. So I'm talking about this group that I'm starting, just to kind of recap a little bit. And I want to hopefully be off in a few minutes just to be respectful of time. So I am starting this group on Sunday, and it's just for anyone for like built up emotions, pent up emotions, anything in our life that we just aren't happy with, actually. That's all that it is. So these are the requirements. It is monetarily free, but there's requirements, guidelines, and you can choose to follow them or not. But it depends on the people who are really ready to just move through this stuff at the speed of light. So 2 Facebook Lives that I mentioned. We will be reflecting, meditating, praying, whatever word resonates with you within the class. And there's also going to be like an assignment while we have our time together. So that is also going to be something that helps us move through whatever it is going on in our life. To be on the call on Sunday, it will be at 3:30 Pacific time, so Washington time. So 6:30 Eastern time. I don't know why that's just like, that gets me every single time. The last thing is we are implementing these practices, right? And so it's all about perspective. Like whatever we have going on in our life, once, we say like have an open mind or have an open heart. Like once we genuinely see another perspective within this energy that we're moving in that might feel super heavy, once we get that other perspective, it's like that's when everything changes. So it's just holding space for all of us to move through our perspectives, any perceived expectations or judgments, because that's what we're here to do. That's the whole purpose in this life. It's not to, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's not to pay bills and be miserable and go to a 9-to-5. And it's like, it's not about that. It's about happiness and having balance in your everyday life in every moment. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Whew. So for anyone who just jumped on, I am being guided to end this within like the next 20 seconds. So if you're guided, please start from the beginning. I really wanted to be mindful at how long this was going to be. All right, 15 minutes. So I trust that everyone's having an amazing day and accepting the miracles and the magic that are all around us, because it's there. We just have to accept it and acknowledge it. Oh yes, I feel free to, if anyone has any questions, let me know. You can always message me, private message me as well. What else? Comment below if you're in, and I'm going to add you to the private event page, right? So this is a space for whatever souls feel guided to join. I want it to be very like sacred and community based, and just very like beautiful, safe environment. So we are going to be doing a private event page for that. So comment below if you're in, and I am sending everyone so much love, and enjoy the rest of your day.